think I would like to hear develop a little bit more, and perhaps if
Yeah.
the students also, the second part, so one is, okay, deliver, be present, etc. And then how is the there are two to tango, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
what happens on the other side?
Yeah, this can be a big topic, of course.
Of
And
course,
just briefly,
briefly.
I just want to make the point that what's under our control is how we act and what we say and what we think. And we can influence other people somewhat, and there's a place for that, including the clear communication and even assertion, even fiery assertion, if it's appropriate, of our own wants and needs, our own seeking of justice. There's a place for trying to influence other people, but obviously, people are going to largely do whatever they're going to do. And many people will disappoint. They're going to do what they're going to do. So I have this kind of internal saying, I call it the 80-20 rule. Yeah, put 20% of our attention, roughly, on influencing others, and put the other 80% on cleaning up our own side of the street, being the best possible friend, spouse, supervisor, employee, ally, tutor that we can be over here unilaterally. I call that unilateral virtue. And that's good for all kinds of reasons, including because when we act in that way, which breaks deadlocks, it breaks us out of situations where, well, I'll change if you change. I'll change if you change. Oh, no, you first, right? Deadlock. And I've seen that a lot in my office with couples of different kinds. It breaks us out of that deadlock to focus on unilateral virtue and living by our own code unilaterally, no matter what they do, which does not include being pushed around by other people or muzzling ourselves, just staying in bounds, as we respond to these things. Then one of the benefits, definitely, so this goes to your question, Amelia, is that after we've responded to them, just first, that tends to reduce their upset with us so that they're less hijacked by their amygdala and so forth, and they're more able to hear what we have to say often, not perfectly. Some people, I'm going to use a technical term in psychology, some people are just assholes. They're just going to do it. They're sociopathic, they're narcissistic, they're malevolent, they don't care, they're entitled, they're just going to do it. But often, when we are reasonable and responsive to the wants of other people, it starts to develop goodwill from them. And they don't just think that this is licensed to exploit us further. And if that's the case, then we're in a stronger position to say to them, okay, by the way, there's something I'd like from you. In whatever way we say it. There are many ways to say it. I think nonviolent communication is a nice structure if people don't know it. Essentially, it boils down to when X happens, I feel Y because I need Z. And then the natural follow-on sometimes is, so from now on, I request this. So when you raise your voice to me, I feel both scared and angry because I have a need to feel safe, like all of us do. And I need to feel that I'm not going to be attacked, and I need to feel respected, like all of us do. So from now on, what I request is that you don't yell at me, and that if you are angry with me, you talk about it in a way that takes responsibility for your own experience and doesn't blame me for it, for example. So it's a classic form. And it's used in tough negotiating situations, really, really tough, Middle East, Northern Ireland, gangs. It's a good structure, basically. If all goes well, yeah, we can vary the structure, but if it gets weird, that structure is very helpful. And requests that are effective are focused on the future and zero in and are well operationalized. They're kind of specific. So we have we know if they meet our request, and they will know if they meet our request, and we will know that they know that what we're really asking for here. And behind it is certainly, even though it's a request, because rarely can we actually make a demand on people. Occasionally we can, but it's pretty rare in adulthood, adult-adult relationships. We are reserving our rights. Our eyes are wide open. You know, we are prepared to, I'm asking you to stop interrupting me. I don't do that. Okay, great. So it won't be a problem then, will it? You know, I am asking you to pay back the money I lent you by the end of this month. Will you do it? Will you make an agreement with me about that? Or in a home situation, I am asking you to treat your agreements with me, your mate, raising a family together, as seriously as you regard your agreements with your coworkers at the office or in the factory. Will you do that? You know? So it's basically requests, and then you see what they do, and then internally you think, okay, you know, I'm reserving my rights as to what I'll do if you don't meet this request.
Mm-hmm. Great. I mean, it applies to so many situations, and I'm sure there are questions. Please feel free to put the questions in the chat, and we'll continue that.
Be fruitful and multiply. Take good care. Many thanks. Thank you, Amelia.
Bye-bye.
You're awesome. Thank you, Professor. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Rick.
Bye.
Bye.